Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to remind you that every one of us has the power to make a significant difference. Often, we underestimate the strength of our actions, the weight of our words, and the reach of our influence. But the truth is, even the smallest act of kindness, courage, or persistence can create ripples far beyond what we imagine. Every action, no matter how small, carries the potential to create ripples of change that extend far beyond what we can immediately see. Sometimes we underestimate the power of a smile, a kind word, or a helping hand, thinking that only grand gestures or large-scale efforts can make a real difference. But history and everyday life prove otherwise. A simple act of compassion can inspire others to do the same, setting off a chain reaction of goodness that touches hearts and transforms lives. The beauty of small actions lies in their accessibility. Anyone, anywhere, at any time can choose to make a positive impact through simple deeds of kindness, respect, and empathy. When we recognize that every action matters, we begin to live more consciously. Our daily choices, from how we treat others to how we use our time and energy, begin to align with our values. Even the smallest decisions, offering encouragement to a struggling friend, showing gratitude to someone who feels unseen, or making an ethical purchase, are all pieces of a larger picture of change. We may not witness the immediate outcome of our efforts, but that doesn't mean they lack significance. Often, the most profound effects occur quietly, growing and spreading in ways we may never fully realize. In a world overwhelmed by negativity and indifference, small acts of goodness serve as powerful counterforces. When one person chooses to act kindly, it gives hope to others, reminding them that decency still exists. This collective energy of kindness has the power to heal, unite, and uplift communities. It teaches us that we don't have to be famous, wealthy, or influential to be impactful. We simply need to care. Every thoughtful gesture, every moment of integrity adds up to a movement of humanity that can shift the way people see and treat one another. Ultimately, understanding that every action matters is an invitation to take responsibility for the kind of world we create. It challenges us to see ourselves as contributors to something greater than our individual lives. Whether we are leading, learning, helping, or healing, each action builds upon the last, shaping the legacy we leave behind. The smallest spark of goodness, when nurtured, can ignite inspiration in others, proving that true change often begins with the simplest intentions carried out with love and purpose. Making a difference does not require waiting for the perfect time, place, or opportunity. It begins exactly where you are, with the resources and abilities you already possess. Too often, people hold back from taking action because they believe they need to be in a position of power or have extensive resources before they can contribute meaningfully. But the truth is, great change is born from ordinary people who decided to start with what they had. Whether it's in your home, school, workplace, or community, every environment offers countless chances to do something impactful. When you choose to begin right where you stand, you affirm that your circumstances do not define your capacity to influence the world around you. Starting where you are also means recognizing the potential in your current situation. You don't need to have everything figured out to make progress. You simply need to take one meaningful step forward. Every great journey starts small, often with uncertainty, yet fueled by determination. Perhaps it's mentoring someone younger, volunteering in a local cause, or using your voice to speak truth in your social circle. Each of these small local actions contributes to a larger wave of transformation. By taking initiative within your immediate surroundings, you not only create change, but also inspire others to believe that they too can act without waiting for permission or perfection. Many people delay action because they compare themselves to others who seem to be doing more. But comparison is the thief of progress. What truly matters is consistency and heart, not scale. When you focus on your unique gifts and apply them where you are, your influence becomes authentic and lasting. A teacher shaping young minds, a nurse caring for patients, or an artist spreading awareness through creativity. Each person plays a vital role in the collective betterment of society. Every effort counts because it builds momentum toward a greater purpose. The key is to start. And once you do, opportunities naturally expand as you grow through action. Beginning where you are teaches an important lesson in humility and courage. It reminds us that no one changes the world overnight. Transformation is built piece by piece, moment by moment. Every act, no matter how small it may seem, contributes to a larger tapestry of positive change. When you stop waiting for the right conditions and start taking purposeful steps in the present, you become part of a living example of progress. The place you are in right now holds untapped potential for kindness, service, and growth. All you need to do is recognize it and take that first meaningful step. Choosing purpose over comfort is one of the most defining decisions anyone can make in life. Comfort keeps us where we are, safe, predictable, and unchallenged, while purpose calls us to rise above ease and pursue something greater. It's natural to seek stability and familiarity, but growth rarely happens in those spaces. Now, when we dedicate ourselves to a purpose, we willingly step into discomfort, uncertainty, and even sacrifice, knowing that the fulfillment of meaning outweighs a temporary pleasure of ease. Purpose fuels endurance. It gives us a reason to persist when challenges seem overwhelming. Those who make a lasting difference in the world are not the ones who took the easiest path, but the ones who stayed true to their mission despite hardship. Living a purposeful life means aligning your actions with your deepest values and beliefs. It's about asking yourself what truly matters and what legacy you want to leave behind. Comfort often tempts us to settle for less, to accept mediocrity, to avoid risk, or to stay silent when we should speak up. But purpose pushes us forward, reminding us that we are here to contribute, to create, and to serve something beyond ourselves. When you choose purpose over comfort, you embrace a mindset of growth and courage. You stop running from difficulties and start seeing them as stepping stones toward becoming who you are meant to be. Purpose doesn't eliminate pain or fear, but it gives both meaning. Many people spend their lives chasing comfort, mistaking it for happiness, only to find themselves feeling unfulfilled. True satisfaction comes from pursuing what gives your life direction and depth. It might mean working longer hours to achieve a dream, standing alone for what's right, or taking risks that others avoid. These moments test your character but also define your strength. Comfort zones can feel safe, but they slowly suffocate potential. The perceived limit to every time you choose to act with purpose, whether it's helping others, standing firm in your values, or dedicating yourself to a meaningful cause, you expand your limits and unlock your inner power. Choosing purpose over comfort is not a one-time decision. It's a daily commitment. It requires constant awareness, resilience, and faith in the journey you are on. Each day brings moments where you must decide between what feels easy and what feels right. The path of purpose is not always smooth, but it's always rewarding. It allows you to look back knowing you lived with intention and integrity, that you gave your best to something that mattered. Comfort fades quickly, but purpose endures. It shapes lives, inspires others, and leaves behind a legacy that continues long after your effort has ended. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, but they are not meant to break us, they are meant to build us. Every obstacle we face carries within it the seed of growth and transformation. When we shift our mindset from seeing challenges as roadblocks to viewing them as opportunities, we begin to unlock our true potential. Difficult moments test our patience, our courage, and our determination, but they also reveal our inner strength. It is through adversity that we learn who we truly are and what we are capable of overcoming. The greatest innovators, leaders, and change makers all share one trait in common. They refused to let their struggles define them. Instead, they used those struggles as a foundation to rise higher. Seeing challenges as opportunities requires perspective and resilience. It's easy to become discouraged when life doesn't go as planned, but every setback holds a lesson if we are willing to look for it. Each failure, rejection, or disappointment pushes us to adapt, to rethink, and to grow stronger. Adversity sharpens our minds and toughens our spirits. It teaches humility and patience, reminding us that success is not built on comfort, but on persistence. When we approach difficulties with curiosity instead of fear, we turn problems into possibilities. This shift in mindset allows us to transform moments of pain into pathways of progress, both personally and collectively. In every challenge lies a chance to serve others and make a difference. Often, the struggles we endure equip us with the wisdom and empathy needed to help those facing similar situations. Our experiences, both good and bad, become powerful tools for connection and inspiration. When we overcome challenges, we become living proof that resilience is possible, that hope is real. The courage to confront obstacles rather than run from them is what inspires others to do the same. By embracing challenges, we not only grow individually but also contribute to a culture of strength, perseverance, and collective empowerment. Embracing challenges as opportunities also builds character. It teaches us to act with intention, to endure with patience, and to trust the process. Even when the outcome is uncertain, life's most valuable lessons often come disguised as difficulties. Each trial gives us the chance to refine our goals, redefine our priorities, and rediscover our inner purpose. When we face challenges head on, we gain a deeper appreciation for success and a greater sense of gratitude for the journey itself. It is in those testing moments that we find our resilience, our faith, and our true capacity to create meaningful change. Empathy and kindness are among the most powerful forces in human existence. They have the unique ability to bridge divides, heal wounds, and create a sense of connection in an often disconnected world. When we choose to act with compassion, we invite understanding and unity into spaces that may otherwise be filled with judgment or indifference. Empathy allows us to step into someone else's experience, to see the world through their eyes, feel what they feel, and respond with sincerity rather than assumption. Kindness, when practiced genuinely, doesn't just make someone's day better, it has the potential to transform lives. What's truly remarkable is how these qualities grow when shared. One act of kindness inspires another, creating a cycle of goodness that expands far beyond its origin. In a world where many people feel unseen, unheard, or undervalued, empathy becomes a form of silent strength. It takes courage to truly listen, to understand another person's pain, and to respond with care rather than criticism. But that's where real connection begins. When we practice empathy, we help others feel safe to express themselves and heal. A simple word of encouragement or a small gesture of support can change someone's outlook entirely. This emotional ripple effect builds stronger relationships, healthier communities, and a more compassionate society. The beauty of empathy lies in its quiet yet profound influence. It reminds us that humanity is not about self-interest, but about shared existence. Kindness, much like empathy, grows exponentially when it's put into action. It is not dependent on wealth, status, or recognition. It is rooted in the willingness to care. The smallest gestures often carry the greatest weight. Offering your time, helping a stranger, or forgiving someone who hurt you. These actions don't just impact others, they transform us internally. Studies show that acts of kindness release positive emotions, reduce stress, and even improve physical well-being. But beyond science, the moral truth remains timeless. When you uplift others, you rise too. Each act of compassion adds light to the world, reminding us that goodness still thrives even amid chaos. Empathy and kindness are contagious. They spread naturally, often without words. When you show compassion, others observe and are inspired to do the same, passing it forward in ways you might never see. This chain reaction can reshape communities and influence cultures. What starts as one small, genuine act can evolve into a movement of collective care and humanity. When people choose kindness over cruelty and understanding over judgment, societies grow stronger, more inclusive, and more resilient. In a time when the world often feels divided, empathy and kindness remain timeless tools for healing and uniting, proving that even the simplest actions can carry the deepest impact. Change is often spoken of as something we wait for, a force that will come from leaders, governments, or time itself. But real, lasting change doesn't begin outside of us. It begins within us. Each person holds the power to spark transformation through their thoughts, choices, and actions. When we take responsibility for our own behavior, attitudes, and influence, we stop being passive observers of the world and start becoming active participants in shaping it. The most powerful revolutions in history, the most meaningful social shifts, and even the smallest acts of progress have all started because someone, somewhere, decided to be the change instead of waiting for it. True change starts when we align our actions with our values. It requires introspection, an honest look at how we live, what we believe in, and how our daily habits contribute to or challenge the world around us. When we take that step, we begin to lead by example. Small actions, like practicing honesty, treating people with respect, or making ethical decisions, set off a chain reaction that influences others. People are inspired by what they see. When you live your values consistently, you unconsciously give others permission to do the same. It's in this way that personal integrity becomes a catalyst for collective transformation. Taking ownership of change also means accepting that growth is often uncomfortable. It demands courage to break old patterns, challenge norms, and stand firm in what you believe is right. There will be times when acting on your convictions feels lonely or uncertain, but that's exactly when leadership is born. Each time you choose integrity over conformity, compassion over apathy, and truth over silence, you strengthen the foundation of change. The impact of these moments may not be immediately visible, but over time they accumulate, shifting perspectives and inspiring movement on a larger scale. The beauty of starting change within yourself is that it requires no permission, only intention. Every person, regardless of background or circumstances, can decide today to make choices that reflect a better version of humanity. When you improve yourself by being kinder, more aware, more responsible, you influence your surroundings naturally. Families, workplaces, and communities all benefit when individuals take accountability for the energy they bring into the world. Change doesn't wait for leaders or systems. It grows from everyday people who dare to act differently. And when each of us begins that journey within, the collective result becomes a force powerful enough to reshape the world. Living with integrity and purpose means aligning who you are with what you do, even when no one is watching. Integrity is the foundation of trust, respect, and authenticity. It's about being honest with yourself and others, standing firm in your values, and staying true to what you believe is right. Purpose, on the other hand, gives direction to your integrity. It fuels your actions with meaning and reminds you that your life is part of something larger than yourself. When both integrity and purpose work together, they create a life that is not only successful in achievements, but significant in impact. Such a life radiates sincerity and inspires others to live more truthfully and intentionally. Integrity isn't just about doing the right thing when it's easy. It's about doing it when it's hard. It's about making difficult choices that reflect your principles, even if those choices come at a cost. In a world where shortcuts and compromises often seem tempting, integrity becomes a powerful form of courage. It earns the respect of others and builds character from the inside out. People who live with integrity become beacons of trust. Their words carry weight because their actions match them. When you act with consistency, you create stability not only in your personal relationships, but also in the way others view the world around them. Integrity sets a standard. It reminds us that character matters more than convenience. Purpose gives depth to that integrity. It's the force that turns good intentions into meaningful action. Living with purpose means understanding why you do what you do, why you choose your path, your work, your relationships, and your daily habits. It's not about chasing success. It's about pursuing significance. Purpose allows you to navigate life's challenges with clarity and resilience because you have a why that guides every how. When you live with purpose, every moment, whether it's a triumph or a trial, contributes to something valuable. You begin to see that life is not just about existing, but about creating, serving, and leaving something meaningful behind. When integrity and purpose unite, they form a compass that keeps you steady no matter how turbulent life becomes. Together they shape a person who acts with authenticity, compassion, and determination. Such a person doesn't seek recognition. Their fulfillment comes from knowing they have lived truthfully and contributed positively to others. Integrity ensures that your purpose remains pure, while purpose gives your integrity direction. This balance creates a legacy of influence, one that continues to inspire long after your presence has faded. Living with integrity and purpose is not just a philosophy, it's a daily practice of being the kind of person the world needs more of. Honest, driven, and deeply human. In the end, making a significant difference is not about grand gestures or monumental achievements. It's about the small, consistent choices that reflect who we are and what we stand for. Every moment offers us the opportunity to act with kindness, lead with courage, and live with integrity. When we choose purpose over comfort, empathy over indifference, and change over complacency, we become catalysts for transformation in our homes, communities, and the world. The journey to make a difference begins within, but its impact reaches far beyond us. So let us live each day with intention, guided by the belief that our actions, no matter how small, hold the power to shape a brighter, better future for all.